Alright, fellow rock tumblers, it's time to try something new. We're gonna do some picture Jasper. This is 2 pounds. This is raw. This is from the rock shed. Oh, isn't this awesome? Look at this. Alright, let's get it wet. And look at those colors pop. Oh, I am so excited about this. Alright, we are going to fill a 3-pound barrel. Got our fresh 3-pound barrel here. Oh wow, this is really pretty. Let's take a look at some of this to start with. Oh, it's got dust on it. Look at the patterns. They're just really cool. Look at all that. Sweet, I love starting new stuff. Alright. Let's get this barrel charged and we'll be right back. Alright, and we're back. We have 2 tablespoons of 6090 silicone carbide for grit, and we have 2 tablespoons of borax, and I need to find the baking soda and put that in here too. Anytime you start a brand new stone from scratch, you should put some baking soda in the barrel to help with the burping so that the barrel doesn't open and explode from built up gases. Once the first run has gone through, you no longer need to add the baking soda. So it's to get rid of any organic material that might be in there and not react well and build gases. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay, now we're going to add a teaspoon of baking soda to help prevent gases from building up in the barrel on this first one. It's the only time we add baking soda. Let's add some water just to the bottom of the top layer. Alright, on this very first week that we run this, I want the most grindage to happen as possible, so I'm not putting any ceramics in this. This is a Mohs 7 stone, so it can take quite a bit of a beating. So we're going to let this baby run for a week, and we will see it next time. And we're going to keep this piece right here out as a control, so we can see how much difference happens. So this is our rough picture Jasper. Isn't that pretty? Look at the bands in that. I love the scenes in this. I guess that's why they call it picture Jasper. Alright. There seems to be a little bit more room in here. I'm going to try and add a couple more pieces without overpowering this barrel. I think I'll keep all those out. Yeah. Okay, we're going to button this up, which is just putting a lid on it. Put the cap on. Washer, knurl nut. Then I'm going to label this and put it on the rotary tumbler, and we'll see it next week. Yay, new project, picture Jasper. Picture Jasper has been running 1 week in 6090 silicone carbide grit, and this is our first run. So this barrel had a teaspoon of baking soda, a tablespoon of borax, and 2 tablespoons of 6090 silicone carbide grit. And let's see what it did after the first week of tumbling. Got kind of a putty colored slurry, and it's a little thin compared to what we were seeing earlier. Now this has no ceramic material in it because it's the first week we ran this stone, because we're trying to get as much of the sharp edges knocked off as possible. Not seeing a whole lot of chipping. There's a little bit. cleaning this off so you can see the chips here. Some more chipping there. You see the mud going down there. And this is leftover grit. To the inspection on this, my gosh, look at the difference in just 1 week. Holy cow. Alright, we put these back in the barrel, and we'll grab the next one that we're doing. We'll do the inspection downstairs. Be right back. And we're back with our picture Jasper. That is a new project. It has been 1 week in 6090 coarse silicone carbide grit, and we're going to see what happened with it. It looks like we're getting some really good shaping. A lot of the sharp edges have already been ground off. There's a couple of chips in here in the barrel, which is what we expect this first week. Wow, this is looking really good and moving forward quickly. Now, there was a lot of grit left in the barrel, and the slurry was super thin. And I'm wondering if the baking soda that we put in the barrel for the first week to prevent gases, which works, by the way, it makes the slurry thin. I think that might be what happened with the slurry, because we put the borax in there, and borax typically makes it really thick. And all the other barrels were really thick, but the new ones that had the baking soda in it was thin. So I'm just drawing a harebrained conclusion on that. But this week there'll be no baking soda, just borax and silicone carbide. Wow, this is looking really good. I'm not seeing a lot of pits. I'm seeing a lot of natural divots like this, but they're not pits. It's really good rough. Really good shape. Wow. I'm really liking this stuff. For the most part, I love Jasper. It's a wonderful beginning stone, beginning tumbler stone, because you usually get really good results with minimal effort. And it helps new beginning tumblers build their confidence and want to tackle tougher stones, tougher to tumble stones, which are usually softer on the Mohs hardness scale. Jaspers are typically a 7. Wow, this is just beautiful stuff. And it's like, I almost don't want to run it again. Like in 6090, it's like I almost want to move it forward to medium. But I would like just a tiny bit more shaping. See, none of these are pits that I would consider a flaw. They're just natural divots in the stone. They're not holding grit. I don't know. These are really cool. I love the patterns. Nifty doodah, baby. This one's dry. Let's spray it down. Whew. Look at that just pop. Yeah, I'm going to do one more week in 6090 just to be safe. Gosh, I really almost don't even need to. Picture Jasper. I'm really enjoying this one. It's nice to finally have a stone that's acting as it should, that the rough was in good condition so that you get a better product at the end when you go to polish. All the other stones that we covered today were just kicking my butt. They've been months in this stage, and it's just so frustrating seeing the same stone week after week after week after week, not really getting progress. And then you get something like this, and it just renews your whole faith in the whole process. It makes you happy. All right, we will see this lovely stuff next week. Our Picture Jasper has been running another week in our Stage 1 6090 silicone carbide grit. Ooh, look at that. It's like mud. Isn't that pretty? Some of you may be wondering why we put ceramic media in Stage 1. And the main purpose is when I don't have enough stone to fill the barrel, I will use the 6090 ceramic media to help fill the barrel, to get that 3/4 fill so we get a really good grind. The secondary reason I put it in is if the stones are all of similar size, I want a different size in there to help move the grit around. Okay, let's finish rinsing these and we'll move on. And we're back with our Picture Jasper, which has just finished its second week in 6090 Stage 1 silicone carbide grit. Now let's take a look at how these little beauties are running, and hopefully we'll be able to move them on. Oh, wow, they feel so smooth. I love running Jaspers. For a beginner, these are the best stones to run, are Jaspers and agates, because they're so hard that it takes a lot to really damage them. So you have a lot of leeway. Wow, these are lovely. Sharp edges are gone. Not feeling any pitting. Cool patterns. Well, those are divots, but they're not catching grit. Oh my gosh, I think that these might be ready to go to Stage 2 after a wash cycle. Look at this. This is awesome. I love to see stones that, do what I want them to do and don't take months and months and months in Stage 1. Oh, these are lovely. I am super excited. Now this feels a little pitted and rough, so that one I'm going to hold back. Oh, let's make sure that it's not grit. Oh, it may have been grit. Okay. I think we'll hold that one back. These are drying pretty quickly as we do our inspection here. But it's easier to see the flaws when they're dry. Oh wow, these just feel so good. Oh, let's get a focus on that. There we go. I'm gonna run that one more week. Now that one is just a natural divot in the stone. That's never gonna grind out. That has a little bit of sharpness to it. Alright, where'd my focus go? Here we are. I don't know, I think since we've got a couple stones that are going to run 60-90, I wouldn't mind running that one again. I just love the patterns on this Jasper. It's so pretty. Oh, wow. Holy cow. This stuff is amazing. I'm so happy with it. There's a couple spots on that. Wow, look at that. That's just lovely. Ooh, 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 ooh. So pretty. Just a little bit on that end. Wow, this is just fantastic. I'd say we're about half and half. Half the batch is ready to move to 120 and half is going to benefit from one more week in 60-90. I take a lot of time in 60-90 so that we get the best possible shine outcomes at the end. If you rush it in the first stage, you're going to regret it in every stage that follows. That's just a tried and true, hard-learned fact. Oh, that doesn't feel as smooth as it could. Alright, so these are ready to move to 120, and these over here are going to go one more round in 60-90. Okay, let's see what we can find. I think I have some more Jasper that I could run a full 60-90 barrel for. I'd like to hold these until I have more to run in 120. So the 120s are going to go in a little baggie, and they're going to go on the wall to wait for a 120 barrel. And these little beauties are going to run one more week, and I'm going to find some more stuff to put in the barrel to fill it. All right, we'll be right back. Okay, I had four more pieces of rough picture Jasper. And as you can see, this is barely filling our 3-pound barrel. So I'm going to throw this in here to have it catch up with it. And then I've got some small Mexican lace agate. And we've run agate before, but we're going to use this as filler to fill the barrel. And just run some of these really small pieces, because it's beautiful. Holy cow. Alright, that's about 3/4 full. Maybe just a tad under. But I don't want to overfill it. Okay. Let's add our borax. I'm only going to put 1 tablespoon in it this time. And then I want to add our 60-90 silicone carbide. And like 1 1/2. Some water. Maybe just a tad more. Okay, we will put this on the tumbler and we'll see the progress on this next week. Picture Jasper, ready for another week. And we're back with our Picture Jasper. It has been running for 8 days in 6090 silicone carbide. This is its second run in stage 1. Got that nice chocolatey looking, almost looks like pudding, chocolatey looking slurry here. Quite reach the other side of that. Now there was not enough Picture Jasper in the barrel to run a full barrel load, you know, the 2/3 full. So I added some tiny pieces of Mexican crazy lace in here as filler to kind of get that volume in the barrel that we needed. I'm wondering if maybe my tumblers need to have the belt adjusted. Maybe they're running too slow to get a good grind, because I'm having, for the last 3 weeks, I've been having grit left over, and usually there isn't any grit left over, and I've been using less and less grit in every run, and yet there's still grit left over after a 1 week cycle. That is surprising me. Oof, wow. I think so much of this Picture Jasper is going to be ready when we do the inspection, but all this is just filler. Okay, let's put this back in the barrel, add water to the barrel. If you're ever curious about what to do when your power goes out at the end and you've got barrels running, just clean them out, add water to the barrel, keep the rocks covered in water until you're able to get back to them. I mean, they are rocks, so what's really going to happen? Unless you let it dry out, I really don't anticipate any trouble. You know, because you don't want a lot of grit stuff in the cracks. Okay, there's some little tiny pieces of crazy lace left in here. As you can see, it's well covered, and I want to make sure it stays well covered, because we don't want that to dry out, and I don't know how many days the power is going to be out. But when you've got a heat wave all the way across the country, these things happen. Okay, we have got 4 more barrels to do. And we're back with our Picture Jasper, which has been running 2 weeks in Coarse silicone carbide grit 6090. And let's see what we've got here. This is beautiful. It's already drying, but oh, look at the pattern. Really pretty. Little Coarse on this side. This is looking really good. I'm pretty happy with the progress on this stone. Seems to be a smidge softer than a 7. So I'm thinking it's more 6.5 because we've had some mass loss. Darn, that's beautiful. I'm not really seeing, that's a natural divot on that is too, any grit catchers so far. Kind of wondering if I could move this to 120. Kind of thinking I can, and I'm curious, I mean, because I'm happy with the shape of the stone, but not necessarily the surface feel. And I'm wondering if I put it in 120, if that's gonna, with the finer scratches, if that will smooth it out. Ooh, that needs more work. So if it doesn't, I can always bring it back to 60/90, but now see, that's just a natural mark in there. It's not catching any grit. I mean, technically I could put it back in for another week. There's like 3 stones that are going back in for another week. I want that worked out. So we're splitting this batch because there's some that's definitely ready for 60/90, and there's a couple that could use some more work. Ooh, yeah, that more work. Yeah, that's definitely more work. I think that one's okay. Boy, they are drying out fast down here. I don't like the stones to dry between stages, so I usually keep them in water. But to do the inspection, it's really better to see the imperfections when it's dry. Oh. Another week. Ooh, that's going for another week. It's got a whole line. There's a whole fracture mark there. But it doesn't go all the way through to this side, but it is fairly deep. I'd like to work it just a little bit more. Either widen it so that it doesn't catch grit, something. We are losing focus a lot. I love the sound of these tumblers. It just kind of lulls you to sleep. Holy cow. Most of this is ready to go to 120. I cannot believe this is all I have to go to 120. I'm going to set it aside until the other pieces catch up with it. I'm going to run them for another week. So this is going to sit in water and wait. I just got distracted by my puppy over there. These pieces are ready for 120, so I'm going to put them in a baggie, not in water, and set them on the shelf and wait for the stones that are going to run a second week in our 60/90. But there's not enough in this barrel to run, in this 3-pound barrel, not much to run, so I'm going to combine barrels here in a moment. Alright, I'm going to go clean this up, put this away, put this barrel over on the other counter until we see what we're going to mix with it, and we'll be right back. We're back with our mixed barrel of Mohs hardness 7 stones. We've got Australian lace agate, green tree moss agate, picture jasper, black onyx. All these are just a couple of pieces here and there that I had left that needed another cycle in 6090. And super easy to clean up. See, there's not anything sticking inside. Super easy cleanup. Now the filler that I have in this barrel is topaz, and it was really tiny smalls. Really tiny smalls, and I'm using this in place of ceramic media because it's an experiment. Okay, ooh, there's some unified in here too. Cool. Hopefully the stuff is ready to move to medium. Because we've been running at 6090 at stage 1 for a long time. Again, these are just little bits and bobs, final pieces. I can move all those projects forward. Look at that shit. I'm just going to flip those back out to the garden. Now all these that I'm running here are in 6090. All these barrels that I'm cleaning today, they had nothing in medium. So I don't have to switch out my strainer. I have the same identical strainer, but I have it in different grit stages because, you know, grit gets stuck in and around here, and I don't want that to contaminate the next batch. So I'm being super anal about it. Hardly anybody changes out their strainers, but I do. So again, these are all stage 1. Okay, let's get our next barrel. Okay, now picture jasper. It's looking really, really nice. Ooh, it just feels beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. That is a natural divot that I'm not worried about catching grit. This feels janky on this side. I'll dry it a little bit. Oh, for heaven's sakes, with this focus. There. It's gonna run again. Not feeling anything. It feels rough and bad. This little line right here is what we were trying to tumble out last week. Yeah, I'm running another stone. I'll run both of those again. These ones are going to 120. Okay, we are back with our picture jasper. We have all of our pieces have come out of stage 1, and then now it's ready for a good bath or wash cycle. So it's all in here with 1 tablespoon of borax and 1 tablespoon of Dreft baby detergent. It's going to run for an hour, and then I'm going to rinse it and then repeat until the water runs clearish, and then it's going to move to medium. So yay, we've got a project moving on. Okay, we'll be back. Okay, it's time to wash out our barrels. We're going to start with our picture Jasper, which has been running in medium for a week. 120, 220. Silicone carbide. Nice thick slurry. Ooh, nice. Sorry about the lighting, it's early in the morning. We're going to have shadows cast. Spot on with the amount of grit we put in the barrel. There's like nothing really left over at all. Yay. Never fails. You get it all over your hands as well. Sky moves. Some sunshine on the rocks. Wow. Really pretty. Alright, let's put these in the barrel. Take them downstairs and do an inspection. We'll be right back with the next barrel. This has been a very disorganized week. Just gonna lay that out there. This is our picture Jasper, which has been running for 1 week in our medium stage 120 220 silicone carbide grit, and we've just finished our wash cycle, and now we're going to do the inspection and make sure that this is actually ready to go to 500. Oh, this stuff is beautiful, and I've already taken a peek at it off camera, and there was no chipping in the barrel. I'm not seeing any fractured stones. They all feel delightful. Definitely has the right surface texture to move to 500. And I'm going to do a different wash cycle. Instead of putting this with borax and Dreft baby detergent and putting it back into the Lortone rubber barrel, you know, this thing, barrel, instead of putting it back in here to run the wash cycle, I'm putting it in this little plastic container. My words are failing me today. I'm just going to put plain water, no detergents of any kind in it, and I'm going to put it in the ultrasonic cleaner. We are going to set it for 10 minutes. Put it in. In the unit, just plain water, there's nothing else in it. We set the timer for 10 minutes and we're going to let it clean. And then we're going to add it to our other barrel, which is the Australian lace agate, and we're going to combine both these sets of stones in the 500 medium vibratory unit. Yeah, all right, let's run this and we'll be back in 10 minutes. Oh, after that ear-splitting 10 minutes, we are back with our pictured rock coming out of the ultrasonic cleaner, which I am using that instead of a regular wash cycle. The water's not too bad. It's not too awful dirty, not as bad as it was with the Australian lace agate. So I'm going to pour this water outside, because it does still have a little bit of silicone carbide in here. And then I'm going to give it a rinse under some fresh tap water, and we'll be right back. Okay, we are back with all of our toys. We have our vibratory barrel, which is often called a hopper. It's a little 4-pound unit. This is the one I use for my 500 aluminum oxide. We have our Australian lace agate and our picture Jasper, which is all Mohs hardness number 7. And then we have our 500 aluminum oxide ceramic media. All of these are sitting in water, so when I put them into the barrel, everything will be damp. So let's get started. I'm going to dump this water into my little bucket right here. Put all these little lovely stones in here. I don't want to just dump it, because I don't want to take a chance on fracturing anything. So just gently put those in. Now we're going to dump the water out of our picture Jasper, pour it into our little bucket over here. And let's place these stones in our barrel. There's a lot less further to fall. And our little nodules right here. Let's get a close up of that. It's kind of hard to see. There, you can see this little bump out. You don't want to fill over that, so we're going to need some ceramic media to cushion these stones and to help move the pre-polish around. Do some more. Just a little bit more. Some of these bigger ones in there. There. That's all I'm going to put in. So let's add a tablespoon of borax. And then we're going to put in 2 tablespoons of aluminum oxide. I could probably get away with less, but alright, and this is our 500. This is our stage 3 pre-polish. And now let's go place the unit on the vibratory tumbler and then check the slurry. Be right back. Okay, we are placed on the vibratory unit. And watch the slurry take shape. You can see this nodule now that I keep talking about. We don't want to fill over that line so that this action keeps moving. If you overfill it, it tends to lock up. Oh, it's looking really good. I'm going to slow it down now that the slurry has started. That's about the level of movement I want. And that slurry will just keep getting thicker as time goes on, as it mixes. All right, both of our we've got our picture Jasper with our Australian lace agate, both in 500 aluminum oxide, are in a dawn wash cycle. It's time to take it outside, dump it out, rinse it, and then I'm going to put it in the ultrasonic cleaner and then move it to 1000. Yay! So we can turn that unit off. The lid back on it and then take it out. Now, and we're back with our picture Jasper and our Australian lace agate. We are going to get them ready for a nice little bath in the ultrasonic cleaner. They've just been washed in a Dawn soap cycle, and they just come out of the 500 or stage 3 aluminum oxide, and we're going to get them ready to go into the 500, excuse me, to the 1000. Just regular plain tap water. I'm not putting any soaps or anything in this. Let's just set that in our unit. Make sure the water levels are good, that the stones are covered. Yep, everything's covered. The water levels are all equal everywhere. All right. We'll see this in 30 minutes. I'm not using a heat cycle either. Just, can I turn that off? That's off. Okay. I'm going to turn it on and we'll see it in 30 minutes. And we're back with our picture Jasper and our Australian lace agate, which has just finished a 30-minute cycle in the ultrasonic cleaner. And you can see the water's really cloudy. Wow. This one more so than this, which leads me to believe that this one had more fissures and cracks in it than this one did. Interesting. All right, I am going to go dump this water outside, and I will be right back. Oh, that was fast. Okay. I'm going to do this the same as we did the Coarse Jasper, the one I'll never pronounce properly. Anyway, I'm going to take this barrel, which is dry, fill it with some water to help cushion the drop of the stones into the barrel, which we want to do as gentle as possible. You know what, let's add a little bit of our 1000 aluminum oxide ceramic that we have set aside. Let's dump that in the water too. Rest the stones in. Don't want too much ceramic in there. It seems pretty full. We could use a little more ceramic. Yeah, that's good. Let's drain the rest of the water out. Whew. All right. I'll clean that up later. We are going to attempt to set the camera up in the other room and see if we can get this set up with our aluminum oxide and borax. Be right back. Alright, let's get our borax. Stage 4, the 1000. Backwards. Well, we've got shadows, we've got bad angles. Oh, I need to find somewhere else to do this. Alright, we're going to cap it up and we'll see it in a couple days. Stage 4 underway. And we're back with our picture Jasper and Australian lace agate, which has been running for 4 days in our 1000 aluminum oxide. Real good story. Give it a bath cycle. Clean it out, and then we'll do an inspection and see if it's ready to go to polish. Give lots of water. Okay, we'll see this in 30 minutes. And we're back with our picture Jasper and our Australian lace agate that has been running for 4 days in 1000 aluminum oxide pre-polish. And it's just finished a 30-minute dawn wash cycle. You know what? sticks fall through the holes on this. Touch the overflow. Pretty. I think it's definitely ready to move to polish, but we'll know when we go inside to the inspection. See, catching all the little overflows. Alright, we'll be right back. We are back with our picture Jasper, which has spent 4 days in 1000 aluminum oxide pre-polish. These are all wet. They just came out of a little wash cycle. Now we're going to see if they're ready to move on to polish. Wow, this is a really, really good surface. It's really super smooth. And it's definitely ready to move forward. There is next to no pitting and fracture marks on this picture Jasper. We got really, really lucky with the rough that we had ordered. It's really pretty. Really excited about this. I'm going to put it in an ultrasonic bath. Because I'm trying to fit that in as a standard practice now, even though the stones have like nothing wrong with them. Like there's nowhere for anything to catch. So I'm curious, because I'm going to run this at the same time they run the Australian lace agate. They're in separate buckets. So see how the water comes, because the Australian agate has a lot of druzy pockets, pitting, fracture marks. Here's one fracture mark on this stone. And these have like next to none. So I'm really super curious about how cloudy the water will come out. I'm going to run these for 30 minutes. Make sure everything is covered. Alright, let's put it in the unit. Set the timer for 30 minutes. Alright, our water level here is right up with these. Okay, Australian lace agate. Picture Jasper, 30 minutes, and we'll be right back. Now all the barrels are clean. The ultrasonic is finished as well. And as we predicted, the water in the picture Jasper was much clearer than that in the Australian lace agate, because there was a lot more slurry left in that. Alright, I'm going to run outside, dump these, because we don't want any of this water, even though it's such a minute amount, in our indoor plumbing. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright, we are back with our vibratory unit. Our polish barrel. We're just gonna dampen it down. We're gonna get our little funnel. We are going to put our damp picture Jasper that we had just finished the ultrasonic bath with. We're just gently going to put all the stone in the barrel. I mean, it could go faster, but I don't want to damage these really lovely stones. Alright, now this should be enough. Okay. Let's see how much room we have left. Yeah, I think there's enough room. So we can put our Australian lace agate in there as well. Oh, goodness, this is just a crazy setup. I don't like it at all. Just easier to do without the stand. We are going to turn the unit on and we're going to mix just wanted to mix the stone a little bit. And now we are going to put our wet polish ceramics in there, just a little bit at a time. Some more in there. That's all I want to do. Now, turn the unit on. One tablespoon of borax. We've got our stage 5 2 micron aluminum oxide. And a nice heaping tablespoon, excuse me. Let's give that a moment. I really don't think I'm going to need a second tablespoon, but I just want to see what the slurry looks like after this mixes for a minute. I think I've been using too much polish. You know, it doesn't polish any faster with more in there, so why waste it? Darn, that's looking really good. I think 1 tablespoon is all I needed. Watch that for a moment. And I think this is the only thing that's going to be in this unit for the next 3 days. We won't have any other stages running because nothing else is ready. Oh, that's delightful. Tap that up. Picture Jasper, Australian lace agate, and polish. Today's September 30th. I will check on it in a couple hours and see how the action's running, and if I need to add any water or anything to it. And then, yeah, we should probably see this in about 3-4 days, see how that's doing. Alright, let's go do the other barrel inspections. Okay, we're checking on our Australian lace agate and our picture Jasper. It's been running 4 days in polish in our vibratory unit, and I want to see how the polish is coming. So I'm going to take out a couple of random pieces and check them, and we'll see how it's going. Whoops. I want some picture Jasper. Wants to go wide enough for the picture Jasper. I'm going to put my fingers in there. There we go. Get that picture Jasper. And that's rather nice. Okay, I did get one of these. This is just a quick little rinse. Quick little dry. Alright, it's got a match, or well, kind of a sheen. It's not that high gloss polish that I want, so it's going to have to spend a couple more days in. It's coming along nicely. Look at that. We're getting a polish. Just not going to rush it. I'm going to give it another day or two. Check the Australian lace agate. Ooh. About the same. I think I'm going to want a higher polish on this too. It's looking good though. It's getting there. You can see all the little nooks and crannies that the polish is getting jammed into with the vibratory unit. That's why we spend so much time in stage 1 trying to get rid of all these little pits. Yeah, so that's going to require a scrubbing and the ultrasonic cleaner to get all that out. But that's not what we're looking for right now. We're looking for the shine. And after 4 days, it's coming along nice. But it's going to have to spend some more time. So back in the barrel it goes. Alright, my lovelies. I'm actually going to wet this paste down a little bit more. Listen how quiet it gets when the lid goes on. Alright, we will see it tomorrow. Do another check. Okay, it has been 9 days total that our Australian lace agate and picture Jasper has been in polish. Let's take a look. Yep, didn't lock up. The slurry's been good the whole time. Let's just turn that off. And let's pull out a couple pieces. Put it in some water. Let's see, let me grab a picture Jasper. Australian lace. Kind of hard to tell what's what when it's all like this. Let's see if we can just rinse it off some here. Alright, this is a piece of picture Jasper I've got here. Dry it off. Let's check the shine. Oops. There we are. Wow. I think that looks nice. Looks nicer than it did at 3 days. And 5 days. Oh, I think that's lovely. Alright, and we will need to run these through a wash cycle and then burnish them. And we'll see what the final product looks like, but just want to check this other piece, which is the Australian lace. And you can see all these little crevices where the polish got driven in. Hopefully the ultrasonic cleaner can get that out. But what I want to see is the shine. Gosh, it feels like glass. It's a wonderful shine, but all these pits and crevices really need a good cleaning. Okay, let's put these two back in here. Add a couple drops of non-dish soap. A lot of water. Turn it back on. We're going to let that go for about half an hour, and then we'll rinse it out outside. So we'll give it its little bath. Let's put the lid back on. Alright, my little beauties, we will see you in half an hour. Well, our phone died while we were washing out our barrels, so we're not going to have that on the video this week. But here's our polished barrel, fresh out of a dawn bath, and I took it outside and rinsed it off, and now I'm going to inspect it for damage and any stuck grit, and then I'm going to put that in the ultrasonic cleaner for a 30-minute bath after that, and then these should be finished. So we've got our picture Jasper and our Australian lace agate, and there does seem to be a few little spots. Let's dry it off. Yeah, right in there. Looks like there's some damage. Oh, let's get a focus on this. Can see that chip there. It's Australian lace agate. You can really see where the polish got jammed into all the crooks and crevices. That one looks fairly okay. Just scrubbing with plain tap water, and then they're going into little barrels. Picture Jasper in one and Australian lace in the other, and then they're going to go into the ultrasonic cleaner. Alright, I'm going to separate these out, do that off camera, do a little scrub on those that need it. Alright, we'll be back. And we're back with our picture Jasper. which just finished its ultrasonic cleaning cycle for the burnish. And let's dry them off and see how the polish came out. You know, the shine on this is lovely. It's been 9 days in polish. It's really, really lovely. Just so happy with the shine. Look at that. Whew. Let's just dry off another one. Goodness, they're squeaky. They're squeaky clean. Whew. The pattern. Look at that. Oh, I'm so happy. I love the patterns on this, on most Jaspers. It's got like a little moss to it almost. Wow, look at these. Really, really pretty. Wow. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Just amazing. I don't really think it needed 9 days. But it got 9 days anyway. Wow. Really, really beautiful. Wow, look at that one. I mean, they just like make little scenes. You can see that crevice there got super clean. No polish stuck in there. It's absolutely beautiful. Whew. I'm so happy with these. Wow. Look at that. These are just lovely. They're so pretty. I do think they're drying a little cloudy. So I wonder, I mean, they were just in the ultrasonic with tap water. I wonder if I should give these a little burnish with borax and see if they're not quite as cloudy looking. I don't know, they're beautiful. I'm really happy with them. Wow, look at that. That is stunning. Alright, we ended up with quite a few pieces in this batch. Really happy with that. Alright, I'm a little concerned now because when you see it damp, looks like that. When it dries, it's looking a little cloudy. I'm wondering if there's still some polish residue left on that. Ooh, doggies, look at that. Huh. It's really cool. See what I mean by it looks a little cloudy? Alright. I'm just going to put some water on that. And you see how the difference in the shine on the dry part? I mean, the shine is there, but you can see how it looks a little cloudy or hazy compared to the water. or the wet side. I wonder if the ultrasonic cleaner dulled the finish a little. Well, these are super clean, that's for sure. But I think what I'm going to do to get rid of this little haze. See if I just take some water and see the difference. I mean, you can chase the shine, and you see the shine doesn't change. You know, the level of polish. But it's kind of cloudy or hazy when it dries. I think that's still the polish not getting off there enough. I'm going to give it another bath. I'm going to put this back in the vibratory tumbler with just water and borax and see how they turn out. I'm going to keep one out. I'm going to keep this one out as a control. And we're going to see. We're going to see if it's still cloudy. All right, let's keep that one out. Let's put all these in the ultrasonic cleaner with 1 tablespoon of borax and tap water and just give it a 30-minute burnish. Okay, we'll be right back. And we're back with our picture Jasper, which has just finished its borax and tap water burnish cycle. Oh my goodness, we did a little bit extra with this one because when it was done with the ultrasonic cleaner, it kind of had a little bit of a haze that I wasn't happy with, so I wanted to burnish it and see if there was a difference. So this one just was ultrasonic and this was after a burnish. And there's no difference. I think it just had to sit longer. Huh. Okay, well, I don't know. I think it's really nice. I think it turned out really, really nice. Sometimes we try little things to tweak it. And it doesn't make any difference. And sometimes we do little tricks and it really does make a difference. Huh. Yeah, it's gorgeous. It feels really good. It's really nice and smooth. The shine is amazing. Yeah, really happy. Cool little patterns. This is picture Jasper. Awesome. Look at that. It's crazy. This was really nice rough. Hardly any pitting at all. Fractures were minimal. Just lovely. Alright, that is it for this week. We just have to run a couple wash cycles on a couple different things, put them in medium, and then everything is ready to run for another week. Okay, you guys have a good week and we'll see you next time.